Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2.
Deck the halls, tell all your family and friends. It's the 12 Days of Vlogmas with Allison.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, today we have an early sweat session, which is weird. It's not as early. We've had a 10 o'clock one before, or we've had a couple 10 o'clocks. This is an 11, but it was a rough night with Miss Macy. She was up every 2 hours wanting to go outside. I don't know what's going on. It's just so hard because it's not a consistent thing with her. It's like one night she wakes up at like 2:30 and then she won't wake up again until 8 a.m. Or one night she'll sleep a full 8 hours without getting up. Or some nights it's like she's very restless the whole night. I'm well aware that it's just her age and it's just a transition I have to like figure out. I am going to go to the vet after the new year and just maybe run some new tests, see if anything has changed, see if there's a diabetic issue or if there's any medication we can do to help with the constant urination. I have had her tested for diabetes before and it was negative. And then she was on a anti-anxiety medication, but she was on it for consistently for 2 years and truly I did not see a difference. And it was hard on her to take the pill because she just doesn't like taking pills. So she's gonna take a medication every day. I want it to be something that's actually benefiting her. But anyway, I digress. We're heading over to the boys to do a sweat session. Let's go. So we are about to start rehearsing for our sweat session.
Our Christmas extravaganza.
Our Christmas extravaganza sweat session. Yesterday we came up with a script for Caleb to go by as we journey through the songs and
it's cold. The motto.
The storyline.
What do you mean? Racist grandpa. Light switch. Santa's coming over. You turn on the lights. Switch to catch him in the act.
Right. Uh-huh. Of course, tequila's in here for Haley.
It's Navidad is what it says.
I did it right.
I didn't do that. It has potential.
The video was great. I thought.
It was great?
Yeah. It had like Charlie D'Amelio and like.
Oh, I gotta really stretch out my hamstrings to do this. Because one time I almost pulled it. Because I really went for that. Or maybe it was position. Without stretching.
We are getting prepared for our live stream. We have like 3 minutes. Mic's on. Mic pack's on.
Hearts full.
Hearts full of Christmas cheer.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Whoa! Not in this house.
What?
She doesn't curse on her vlog.
I know, I have to bleep her out.
Like what?
Whew. All right, I am leaving the boys' place to go home. I need to finish some laundry from just like stuff I took on my trip. Clean up the house a little bit. I need to mark the sweat session. I'll explain that while I'm doing it to you, but I got a little bit more work to do today. Please ignore how dirty my computer screen is, but it said that I would explain what I do with this session after we do it. I basically go through and just find interesting parts in it and I just mark them with like a little indicator here. So like Caleb might post funny things. I might find where we're dancing like really well and post that for like booty army stuff. So Haley likes to do her own cut downs because she has her own like way of editing. So I mark this for Caleb to use or for me to use, and then I put it in the Dropbox so that it's available for everyone to use. But that's kind of what I do. Today I have to do it a little bit earlier because Caleb has a different deadline for something else. So I normally like get it the next day, but today I have to do it right after the session. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have finished doing the marking of the session and now I'm having a snack. And I just wanted to let you know what it is. This is the corn chili salsa from Trader Joe's and the chickpea crisps. They look like this.
and they're pretty good. So it's a good snack. This salsa is superior. I don't know what to say other than go get it. I keep looking in the wrong spot. I keep looking at myself, and I do apologize. I haven't vlogged in a while.
So I've taken a shower since you last saw me, but I literally raced out the door because I wanted to take Macy on a walk before the sun went down, because she did not have a good night sleeping last night. She was up every couple hours and just like super restless, and I want to be better at kind of taking her on walks and tiring her out. We go out a lot and I walk her to our little dog area where we live, but she needs to go on a longer walk, I think, to kind of get her a little more stimulated and tired. So that's what I'm doing. I do get stressed out at parks because some people have their dogs on leashes and sometimes they have their dogs off leashes, and this is just a public park. It's not like a off-leash dog park, and people just like have their dogs just running around and like running up to other dogs, and Macy sometimes isn't like great with that, so it stresses me out. Macy, hey, Mace, hi. Smell so many smells. Would you say that was a success, Macy? Yeah, you get tired? Oh, what? You're dirty. Gonna wipe you down.
Hello, I am back. I went to the UPS store because a Christmas present that I was supposed to get said that it couldn't be delivered, and I called them, and then they were like, you can go pick it up at this access point at 7 p.m. and I did, and then they were like, we can't find it. So that, I just wasted like 40 minutes of my life. But I'm gonna make dinner. Have this vegetable medley. It's got like butternut squash, sweet potato, red onion, celery, parsley, sage, rosemary. I'm gonna like saute this in a pan, and then I'm gonna cook Brussels sprouts with it. And then I have some chicken that I cooked the other night. So that's what's happening. I'm also going to answer some questions that I put a little prompt on my Instagram, because I felt like I haven't done anything today and done anything cool. And so I just wanted to answer some questions while I was cooking. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is from Trader Joe's as well. That's where I did my grocery shopping this week. Okay, so gonna answer some questions while I am cutting these Brussels sprouts. The first one is funny. It's tips on hair flipping. And honestly, you should be asking Haley. She's the queen. But my tip is just to go for it. And like the less like you worry about how you look, like the more like fierce it'll be. But also make sure you stretch your neck, because with years of experience and my neck being so sore after shows and stuff, like you got to take care of your neck. So make sure you do some stretches, really loosen up your neck muscles, because you don't want to hurt yourself. So don't, like, I say go for it, but I mean like within reason. I mean go for it in terms of like releasing your inhibitions and feeling the rain on your skin, not like throw your neck out and break it and be paralyzed. You know what I mean? So, you know, have caution. But yeah, definitely that's a better Haley question. Okay, the second one is New Year's resolutions. And here's my thing. I've never really been a New Year's resolution kind of gal. I'm not gonna look at you. I don't wanna cut my finger off. I've only kept to one New Year's resolution, and that was like, I don't know, a handful of years ago, when I decided I was no longer going to sleep in my contacts. That was a bad habit that I had, because I still wear monthly ones, and I just would forget or whatever, and I would fall asleep in them, and I just like wouldn't care. And then I saw this news article about this woman who had like 10 pairs of contacts in her eyes or something, and like all these infections and was like gonna go blind, and that really stressed me out, even though I knew that I wasn't gonna ever have that many pairs of contacts in my eyes. But yeah, that's the only one. And I still, like, every night, with the exception of like one time when I went on like a day trip or something, or I was like, it wasn't planned that I was going to be sleeping wherever I was. And I had forgotten to pack them. And so I just slept in them. But that's like truly the only time. And I've taken my contacts out to sleep every time after that. It's the only time New Year's resolution I've done. But I typically just like don't do them because it feels like you're setting yourself up for failure a little bit. Like, I think that everyone should be constantly trying to better themselves, or at least like have an intention to, even if your mental health like doesn't allow it in that moment. Like, so I don't think that you need, much like you don't need Valentine's Day to, you know, show a partner that you love them. You don't need a new year to change something about your life. I know that it helps like with a new year mindset, and I don't like judge anyone for new year, new me vibes. I just typically don't do it. And so at this moment I don't, but if I have something, okay, I will say I do feel like I would like to make my mental health more of a priority. Just like for the rest of my life, not necessarily for the year or whatever. Meaning like go to therapy and work on things that I've typically kind of shelved or, you know, haven't had the capacity to figure out, because I am a very emotional person, but I'm also very like scared of change and scared of like changing up my routine. So I want to make my mental health and fixing some things that could use care more of a priority. But I'm not like saying it's a resolution per se, because I don't want to set myself up for failure if January 1st rolls around and I have I'm in a mental state that I can't maybe tackle something that I know that I do need to, if that makes sense. And that leads me to another question that was about mental health. It said, you seem like you know a lot about mental health, and did you grow up with anything similar? I'm not sure what the second part really means. I'm going to answer it like, or I'm going to assume it's like, did you grow up with like mental health being a priority? And I really didn't. I feel like we didn't really talk about mental health a lot. And I don't know that that's a fault to my family so much as the times, like the early to mid 90s when I was like a kid was like, that's just like it's not the same world as it was now, as it is now. And then, you know, everyone has their own things. But like now in the age we live in, like mental health is more of a less taboo topic. And I just feel like I try to be open-minded and educate myself as much as I can on what I can comprehend. And just like be, you know, as open-minded as I can. I guess that's what I can say. And I mean, I feel like that leads me to something I wanted to talk about from the events of today. So today is when the news kind of broke about the passing of Twitch, and I talked a little bit about on my Instagram stories, but first of all, like, it's very sad to hear, because he's really someone I feel like in the industry people looked up to a lot as a, you know, a standard of positivity. And so it just really goes to show that you don't really know what's going on in someone's life, and on the exterior they can seem like the happiest person ever, but on the inside they can be hurting. And it just means like we really need to reach out to the people that we love and be nice to everyone we meet, and really try to be positive influences in other people's lives as well. But like it made me think of like where my mental health is, and I don't really talk that deeply about my emotions because it's a very scary thing to put out on the internet. But I do feel like it's important to be honest, and if someone else is feeling the same way, then it is helpful. And so like in the wake of this situation and what happened, I do feel like it's important for me to be honest. And I feel like I am doing well, and I feel like I have adapted to moving across the country over the past year and a half in a positive way. But I do feel like I go through these spouts of like insecurity, and it's not even being insecure about, you know, when you're on the internet, and especially like us, like we're dancing, and my like body seems to sometimes be a big topic of conversations for people or commenters. Like, yes, that can make me insecure at times, but I've found myself being insecure a little bit just like in myself and my relationships and how people perceive me, and like everything else outside of physical, like my physical appearance, I've felt insecure about recently. And that's kind of hard. I feel like sometimes, you know, the beginning of the day and the day seems great, and then I get to the evening and I like am sad, or I feel like this feeling of not being good enough, or like this person doesn't really feel the same way about me that I feel about them, or they don't value me the same way, and that's my fault, or I've done something wrong, or like I'm an imposter in this job, and people really, you know, I'm just there for XYZ reasons. Like those type of thoughts, intrusive thoughts happen, and it's something that I guess I haven't like really felt before. And so it's an interesting thing for me to be trying to navigate. And some days I don't feel that way at all. And so like, I don't know, it's something that I need to get to the root of. And that's why, like I said earlier, I wanted to make mental health more of a priority for myself in the coming months and in the new year, because I would like to navigate it and know how to deal with those thoughts when they do come in. So that's me being vulnerable. You're welcome. And then the last question was about tank tops and shorts and active booty. We're really changing the tone here. And here's the thing. Haley and I, not fans of tank tops. And I know that so many of you are, and I'm not saying that we're never gonna do it, but I'm not saying that we are. Your suggestions are noted, and they will be sent to the rest of the team, and we will discuss. But if you make me wear a tank top,
Giving you a nice background. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end the vlog so I can edit it and post it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to Disneyland, so the next 2 vlogs after this one are going to be combined because I won't have enough time to edit them, or if I do, it'll be like later in the day than when I'm gonna normally be posting. So look out for maybe a possibly combined 2-day one or a late one. So get excited to see Disney and some fun festivities in the next few days. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Please like and subscribe and comment and all the things, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Deck the halls. Tell all your family and friends. It's the 12 Days of Vlogmas with Allison.